If you want your unit to look like scalp and not budge an inch, make sure you snatch up the Extreme Hold Lace Glue and watch this full-on tutorial. In just 3 layers, this Extreme Hold Lace Glue is going to have your unit absolutely stuck. This Super Bomb Liquid Gold has been featured in New York Magazine's The Strategist, so make sure you get your own bottle at thehaircloset.com, just $19.99. Watch the full tutorial for how we do a skin thin ball cap, how we use the 4-finger method to perfectly place our unit, and how we use the Extreme Hold Lace Glue for an extreme hold. Stay tuned.
All right, let's jump right into this tutorial right now, right here. We are going to be taking ourselves from Jim Jones to Baddie. That's all scalps. I want you to grab your mousse or Got2b and smooth your natural edges back. You can go in with a soft bristle brush and just brush everything back and blow dry it so that it stays in place. The mousse that I was using was a firm hold mousse. I love to use a stocking instead of a wig cap because it gives it no runs and it just looks flawless. Also, it's thin like a skin cap and I just love it. So I like to go in with 1 layer of Got2b first and then go ahead and cut the ear tabs out so that it stays in place. Some people use lace glue. I found that it was really sticky and it didn't kind of dry clear, so I was like, no. Went back to Got2b, and now it's time to get into the foundation to get this cap to look like our skin. I would suggest going a shade or 2 lighter than you. I didn't do it here, but I would suggest because makeup oxidizes in the sun and you don't want it to turn too dark. After that, go ahead and cut off the excess, and then it is going to leave a bit of a line, but try and cut as close as possible. And this is usually where people mess up their caps because they're spraying too much Got2b or spritz afterwards to try and get it to stay down, and normally it rolls back. So you just want to go ahead and spray in 1-inch sections and clean as you go. Then you can blow dry. Once it gets tacky, go ahead and remove whatever tool you're pressing down with because you don't want it to pull back up. 1-inch sections, spray, press down, blow dry, boom. It's just gonna melt into the skin. And if you master this, I promise it's gonna help you layer lace too. So we haven't blended out the lace in the front or anything, but this is what gives it a scalp look where it looks like your skin tone and you can part it anywhere and you know, all that good stuff. So just follow that process and you're good to go. It's going to be stuck like scalp. So we're going to get into how we're going to clean the skin, which is just with 70% alcohol, cleaning away any makeup, Got2b, anything. I'm telling you guys, do not skip this step. I've skipped this step before and it reflects so poorly in the install. You want to make sure you're cleaning off your ear if anything has gotten back there, and definitely. Now this is just some primer I had in my bathroom for like the last 2 years and I was like, oh, let me use it. I honestly feel like it didn't make a difference, but go off. If you have some stuff that you want to try, go ahead and throw it in. So I'm using Extreme Hold Lace Glue from the Hair Closet. Absolutely love it. Don't know if you've seen the videos, but like pulling on it is so legit. It doesn't budge. It dries in minutes and it cures in minutes too. So to get it to do that, you would just want to make sure you're doing super thin layers if possible, like a sizable amount where it's going to stick, but definitely something you can completely smooth out and make thin. That's the trick. So if you make it thin, it's going to dry faster and it's going to dry clear. While that's sitting, I'm just going to go ahead and base the back of my lace with foundation as well so that it looks really good. I don't like to bleach or tint my knots because it lessens the life of the unit, and then blow dry it in. This process takes probably like a minute or 2. After that, we're going to go in with another layer. So I like to do 2 layers from ear to ear and then my 3rd layer in sections. This allows it to have a really nice strong hold and just be bomb, but also tacky too. So I'm using Extreme Hold Lace Glue from the Hair Closet. It's $19.99 and it's bomb. It's just bomb. After that, I'm going to go ahead and smooth it out, and this time I'm going to pull it backwards onto the cap. So you want to make sure you're pulling it's slightly on the forehead and then pulling it backwards onto the cap so that you have a nice, just strong hold. It almost resembles like a layer of tape, which is really, really, really nice. Like that's how strong the hold is. It's going to give you a little bit of just like super bombness. So after that, after we've let it dry and all that good stuff, it can be semi-clear because it's going to continue to dry, which is the great thing I love about this, but try and get it as clear as possible. After that, let's get that wig ready. So I like to put it on my head, pulling from the back to the front. That's gonna make sure you have every bit of cap coming to you. Then, to make sure it has no bumps or lumps, I like to cut 2 cuts into it over my temples, not into the hairline though. Laying it in 3 sections allows it to just be smooth and not bumpy, and I love to leave the lace on too so that I have something to pull on. So I'm just pulling it from ear to ear to make sure it's lined up, because the worst thing is just installing a bunchy wig. You don't want to do that. Cut the lace off the back. Go ahead and put it on. We got our 3 sections. And really, the part that I missed, you should be doing the 4-finger rule. So 4 fingers from your eyebrows where your cap and your lace is going to lay. If you do it like that every time, it's going to be perfect. So we're going to lay the last bit of lace glue middle, side, side. That's exactly how it's going to go. It's super easy. Do it that way. I mean, you could do side, middle, middle, side, side. Let me not even play with you. Drag it back over the cap. We're doing slightly less this time. I don't know if you guys noticed, but slightly less so that we can make sure it's clear and it's going to hold. So you can already see it's clearing up already. And the blow dryer has only been on for like 10 seconds. So it really does dry really quickly, which is good. And it cures really quickly too. So then after that, this is why I leave my lace on. Go ahead and pull it to the front. Pull it to the front and press it down. I want you to lay this lace up, like line it up with where the glue is. So if the glue is right there, make those edges meet, not behind it, not in front of it, so that you don't have excess glue to remove or more glue to place. If you line it up perfectly, you're good. Then you want to go in and smooth it. Smooth it almost like a hot comb. Feed the teeth in and then press it down at the same time. Then you're going to take a little bit of baby hair out and do the same exact thing. Feed the teeth in and then press it down. Feed the teeth in and then press it down. After that, blow dry. Do not be a punk with that step. I'm serious. Really press it in. You cannot complain about your lace lifting if you're not actively pressing it in. Then you're going to go side to side. Boom, boom, boom. Side to side. Do the same exact steps.
Evil on the beat, on the beat.
All right, let's get it. So now we need to kind of cut the ears out, which is fine to do now. You could do it before you install the wig or after. I'm literally just finding where my ear is and cutting up at a diagonal, making sure I'm cutting a little bit at the time. We don't want any shallow little lace front. We really don't want that. So just snip, snip, and then kind of pull your ear through. After you cut in an upward direction, you're gonna cut in a downward direction in the front for your ear to kind of match. After that, this is my favorite part. I think it's a really important step that some people do miss, but this is really good stuff. Go ahead and set your lace. You can go on with Got2b, spritz, whatever is your stronghold spray, and spray in between your baby hair and the frontal. This gives it a really polished, professional look. And if you're combing it out at the same time, like smoothing it back, it's not going to turn white or crunchy. I find that this helps with if you missed any spot, this is going to capture it before you install it and it's lifting and it's doing all kinds of stuff. Go ahead and cover your butt and set the lace. It's really simple. I added this step in probably like a year ago and I won't go back to any other way. It just makes really like the difference. It gives it that professional edge. After that, go ahead and tie it up. Oh, that's cute. Tie it and then go ahead and tie it down. I just have a hair closet band that I had laying around, and I'm so bad with tying scarves and everything, but if you have like an elastic band, a scarf, anything will work. Literally anything that you could tie around your head will work, so you'll be good. Take it, press it down, and boom. All right, now, so this is the 4-finger rule that I'm talking about. 4 fingers up from your eyebrows is exactly where you should be laying it, and you should be cutting it too. So if you laid it too low, this is your chance to correct it before you go outside of the house looking like Eddie Monster. Don't do that. I just like to comb all of the baby hairs back so that I can cut it correctly. You could take an eyebrow razor or scissors, it's up to you, but no matter what you do, cut the lace as jagged as possible so that it melts into the skin. You don't want to cut a harsh line in it because it's going to be very hard to disguise, which is not good. So you want to give it a super rough edge. I mean, as rough as you can get it. That's my sister in the background. Say, hey y'all. But as rough as you can get it. Literally make little snips and cuts all over the lace, lining up to where you laid it. The more you do this, the more you'll get comfortable with roughing up the lace, but it really makes a difference where you don't have a super harsh line across the front. So I just like to snip inward into it and then cut across the front. Remember, we laid it in 3 sections, so that should really help when it comes to cutting off the lace. Eyebrow razors are great for this. You just want to be mindful around the face. Cut the lace, not the face. All right, so you can see it's kind of lifting. I'm pulling a bit too much, but that's okay because we got a trick for that. Go ahead and go in with some Got2b. Spray and press it down. That is going to melt down that lace as well. This is usually the step that most professionals take, and it just takes your lace to the next level. It just gets all of those rough ends and edges completely out of the way, like I did with my phone. And then go ahead and take your baby hair down, and let's get into the baby hair, y'all. I'm no pro at baby hair. Let me just throw that out there. I'm still learning like the rest of us, so I literally just take out the front edge. Okay, cool. This didn't have pre-cut baby hair, so I'm gonna walk you through what I've seen on Instagram and YouTube. So I'm just going in and plucking slightly, not too much, not too crazy. I really don't like to pluck too much hair out of my frontals because I like to reuse my stuff. So yeah, that's that. The more you pluck, of course, the more hair you lose, the lesser time you have your frontal. So just pluck out enough where it looks natural. And then I saw somebody cut their baby hair in box shapes straight across. So cut it straight across and cut it maybe 1 to 1.5 inches. This is just what I've seen, you guys. I could be wrong, I feel like I'm right. Just roll with it. If you have any suggestions, especially for this part, or honestly any part, I'm always open to it. Drop them down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, give me a whoop whoop in the comments as well. So I'm just going in with a little bit of mousse, the Extreme Hold mousse. And you guys, it has like a really nice firm hold, but you can still mold it. And then I have my little toothbrush. I'm giving 2000s. Baby hair is just not my strong point, but I'm literally making S and C shapes across the front, giving myself little recession areas. Y'all, I'm under so much pressure because ever since we got on TikTok, like all the kids ask, they only ask about baby hair. Like, where's your baby hair, sis? And I get it. It's just hard. All right, so now that that's out the way, go ahead and let those set. I'm just tying down my scarf over them so that they can sit. Anytime I put my scarf on, it's probably gonna be for 10 to 15 minutes, or I'm gonna go eat a meal real quick and we're gonna call that a day. So I like to tie it down as tight as I possibly can, 10 to 15 minutes. Right now, I'm really looking like J-Lo. I'm loving the look. I'm serving, I'm real. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my heat protectant. That's a little bit of John Frieda Frizz Ease Bio Silk, and then I also use Chi Iron Guard. I'm just combing the hair completely free, and I'm gonna go ahead and flat iron the top because if I curl my hair, I really don't want the natural waves underneath it poking through, because that's just like, that's not it. So I flat iron the top pieces, and that pretty much disguises everything so that it's not, you know, looking wavy. I'm loving the look. I'm really feeling like J-Lo with this headband and this white top. I'm real. Anywho, so yeah, flat iron the top, and then we're gonna throw in some curls, and then we're gonna wrap up this tutorial. So after it's off, I love to comb my edges free. Go ahead and free those babies up because you really don't want like the stuck look and then your hair is, you know, nice and flowy. Just don't do that. So right now our scalp is looking really good. We're gonna blend out the hairline with a little bit of makeup to get that tone to match, but outside of that, the scalp is looking scalpy. I'm really enjoying it. This allows you to part it in different directions, to change your part, to do braids on the scalp if you want. You can literally do anything. It just looks really good, super natural. So take those same tips and then add or take away or do whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to see if I look good in the camera at this point, but yeah. Right, let's get into this curl. So I'm just taking the barrel and I'm smoothing it down. I have all of my hot tools are going to be Babyliss Pro or Babyliss Pro. People say it both ways. And this is like a 2-inch curling iron, I believe. I'm feeding the hair in an upward direction, pulling on the ends of the hair. So I'm feeding it all in as opposed to going all the way down to the bottom and rolling up. I'm just feeding it in from the bottom and then rolling up. Did I just say that wrong? I'm feeding it in from the top and then rolling down and then rolling back up, whatever you see. After I curl it, I go ahead and put it in my hand to let it cool. Go ahead and cool down. Go ahead and cool down. I had another piece in there, whatever. And I just do this literally around the head. So I take it, feed it in, roll it around from the top, and then I'm feeding in the hair to go all the way down to the bottom, and then we roll it and we keep it. We're gonna leave some heat on it for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then take it out of it, place it in our hand, and allow it to cool. This gives you really long lasting curls. They're longer lasting if you use flexi rods, which is really nice. That's a really good option for you as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back. If you had anxiety over that piece, don't worry, I'm going back to curl. And that's literally how simple it is. If you see that you made a little mistake, go ahead and go back, because your hair is gonna look much better if you tackle it as you're going.
Evil on the beat, on the beat.
All right, we're wrapping up this tutorial, just going with some Got2b and some BioSilk or whatever like holding spray and shine spray you have. This is going to give you a really nice hold, a bit of shine. I love to combine the two products. I did not show y'all. I just realized I had to blend out my forehead with, there we go. I thought I didn't add it in. Hold up now, let's get the product, let's find it. I'm using a black radiance kit. I'm in between like the dark one and the light one, like the contour and the beat, I don't know, but I like to mix the two of them and then just go in on the forehead. So I probably do this throughout my install, so I don't go crazy the first time, because I know makeup oxidizes in the sun. So if I match it completely down the first day, child, it's gonna be orange later on. So really give yourself room as far as like adding on makeup and blending it out and all that stuff, because if you plan on wearing it like I wear, maybe like a week or two, you don't want it to look cakey by the time you're on day 3. After that, I'm going in with my hot comb and just taking it, feeding it in. That's the same way we smooth it down. Go ahead and feed it in. After that, let's just go ahead and go in and break up those curls. We're gonna take those curls, break them up with the hands, and this is probably where I'm gonna leave you. Am I gonna leave you this early? I mean, we can hang out a little bit longer. So I just like to break up the curls, go ahead and comb them out, and do that until I love the look. It's pretty much that simple. And yeah, I think I'll leave you guys here. You can enjoy the rest of the tutorial. It's just super bomb. If you stayed this long, go ahead and subscribe. Watch our TikTok, which is The Hair Closet. Our Instagram is The Hair Closet US. Our website is thehaircloset.com. I mean, you get it. This is the Alea unit. That is what it's called. It's human, so it got human prices. If you like lower prices, try our human hair blends. At least get the Extreme Hold Lace Glue. Try it out. It's great for sensitive skin. It's oil based, so it's removed with oil, and it's just bomb. And like you see, it has the strongest hold, literally. And what I find is that I can get into the water with it. If you go on our social media, you will literally see me jump into a body of water It is that legit. It's really bomb. It melts down super nice. It's easy to work with. Love, 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 love. And it's strong. Like, I digress, y'all. Anywho, so just continue combing, brushing, whatever. Show your friends that you can pull on your lace front. And can't nobody snatch your wig. And that's it. I will see you guys in the next tutorial, which actually is coming up soon. I have a tutorial coming for beginners, which is great. It's a T-part lace frontal and it just looks bomb. I'm literally gonna comb my hair for like the next 2 minutes. Just enjoy the vibes. Oh, it looks so good. Ooh, wee! That looks good. Oh my.